What's going on, y'all? So, I wanted to get on here and share my story and share some experiences that I've been going through, and will be going through, all in a time period where everyone was like, oh, your 20s gonna be bussing, your 20s, you gonna be outside, it's party time. No. I mean, it can be, but for the most part, my 20s have been full of me learning lessons, me going through very, very difficult things, me changing who I am, me changing my traumatized ways, me rediscovering myself. That's what my 20s has been filled with. Um, and I feel like me sharing my story is going to let some other people out there, because I feel like this is not just a me problem. And it's clearly not. I've been talking to different people, and it's not just a me problem. It's going on with a lot of different people, and I want everyone to know, who's going to see this, that it is possible to do what you want to do. And everything stems from your support and your love that you have for yourself. Be your own permanent support and friend. I just finished college in December. I finished a whole semester early. And for the longest time, I never thought that was something to be proud of. I didn't really think I should be talking about it much, or it wasn't that big of a deal, because I didn't want to come off as selfish or someone who was showing off. And I had to realize over time, and people telling me, like, no, that is a big deal. You should be proud of that. You should be saying that. You should feel excited about that accomplishment, because that's not nothing easy to do, especially for me, with going through my mental problems, with going through family issues, friend issues, academic issues. It was a lot going on in between all of that, and I still graduated early. I'm so proud of myself. And that's the thing that I've had to learn, is that I had to be the most prideful, the most excited about my accomplishments, because through the midst of everything that I was going through, and my pains and my hurts, the people that I thought would be there and who would just be supportive of the thing that they've been telling me for so long, is so important and pivotal to being important or being successful in life. It'll get your foot in the door to a lot of places that a lot of people do not have. Nothing came from it. As soon as I got it, it's like, oh, well, it is what it is. Next case. No one really cared. Didn't get the support from those people, like I said, that I was expecting. And it did hurt for a while, because I was like, dang, even after I did this, I put in all this work. I would think I would come home, celebrate, be with the people who I envisioned at that celebration, but it's nothing like that. And again, that's one of the hardest lessons I've had to learn, is being there for myself, even when I'm thinking I wasn't going to be. My circumstances right now are nothing of what I was thinking was going to happen after I graduated college. I have separated myself from family. I've separated myself from friends. I've separated myself from situations and relationships that were unhealthy and toxic and disrespectful. And throughout all of that, I've had different situations, and those people who I've separated myself from try to make it seem like I am wrong for making the decision to be better, to be happier, and to form and create healthy relationships, to be able to communicate back and forth with the problems and situations that I have going on, to not be belittled for everything that does not fit in their mind of what I'm supposed to be doing. I'm not doing that no more. I wasn't doing it anymore. And I made that decision my last semester of college. And as soon as I did it, it's like all those people got so offended by me putting me first for once. And I've been called disrespectful and ungrateful, I don't even know how many times. And that's another thing too, is that people will project exactly how they feel about themselves, or how they want you to feel, onto you, even though you have done nothing wrong. It says way more about that person than it does you. And that's another thing I had to learn, is I can't take everything personal. How other people treat me has nothing to do with my value. Nothing at all. So for the first lesson, let me repeat myself. Be your own permanent friend and support. Because again, the life you do see for yourself and the things that are going on can change in an instant. And you have to be able to trust yourself to get through that situation. Two, what I'm talking about right now is how other people treat you. I have it on my little laptop. How other people treat you has nothing to do with your value. I know now, confidently, that through everything I've been through, I have been respectful, I have been kind, I've been compassionate, I've been trusting, I've been loving. Even when it was not given back to me, I've been respectful. I've been everything. Everything amazing, everything sickening. I've been that. I've also had my down points. But what I pride myself on, and again, what I'm so confident in myself about, is that if you're going to bring something up to me, your feelings, the situation that happened with you, and you say it has something to do with me, I'm not discussing it. Your feelings and your boundaries are not up for discussion. So if you're going to bring it to me, we're going to talk about it. We're going to come up with compromises. Apologies going to be made. And I promise you, if we are in that type of relationship, I won't do the thing again that you said it bothered you. And I move forward. So if I'm asking for it from somebody else and they just cannot seem to get that concept down, you can't do anything about it. You have to leave them there. I cannot force you to see you were wrong. I cannot force you to take accountability for the action that you had going on. And I'm not going to force you to treat me with respect that you know I deserve. So, with all that being said, when people are projecting onto you their feelings, how they think you're acting, and telling you, "Oh, this didn't happen," that it has nothing to do with you. The words they say out your mouth, the malicious things that they do, what seems like neglect or whatever is going on, and it's making you feel horrible. Like, oh, why did they say that to me? Or why are they treating me this way? Why are they leaving me out of certain situations? Why are they leaving me out of certain activities as a group of friends, family, whatever that we say we are, and I'm feeling left out? It has nothing to do with you and your value. Shows everything about that person. And again, this is not a bashing or pointing fingers at, it's just knowing where you are in your life. Are you able to take accountability for the things that you do? Are you able to apologize? Those two things are so important. And if people cannot do those two things, they just cannot do those two things. And you will turn blue in the face and probably pass out, arguing them down about something that they know they should be doing. Just stop. Worry about you. Focus on you. Put love, compassion, and patience into yourself, and everything else will work out just fine. The third thing, and I kind of touched on this already, is don't take anything personal. Well, not take anything personal. Don't take everything personal. That leads into my second point that I just made. If people are going to do really disrespectful and hurtful things towards you, I don't look at situations I've been through anymore and think like, oh, it was bad because maybe I could have changed this, or I shouldn't have said that, or maybe I wasn't as loving as I thought. No. I was everything that I know I was in that situation, and it is what it is. I look at different people and the different things that they do and have said to me as a reflection of their character, where they are in their stages of life. If people are able to say the things that they're able to say to you, knowing it's disrespectful, hurtful, and you tell them like, hey, this hurt me, and you're immediately met with resistance, anger, reflection, deflection of like, oh, this ain't on me, but it's about you. Because actually, I had a problem too, and I wanted to let you know. Now we're not talking to nobody. You talking to the door, because I don't have nothing to talk to you about. If I'm bringing up something to you, and every time it's a discussion, it's a problem, it's an issue, you can't just listen, we have nothing to talk about. We cannot talk. And I'm not going to keep trying to. And that's a huge lesson I've had to learn too, is that all growing up, most of my relationships have been conditional, and I give my all, 100%, everything, to anybody who said, I want to be friends, or I want to be in some type of friendship relationship with you. I'm giving 100% of Quay right from the get-go. And you should not. Give people the time to deserve you. Give people the time to earn you. I was there beck and call. I was compassionate. I was always giving advice when they asked for it. Let me throw that in because some people are like, well, maybe they didn't ask. Mm-mm. I was there when they needed me, when they asked for me, when they wanted. Like, I was everything, and for certain people to not be that back, I'm not going to do anything that you're not doing for me. I'm not going to always be the one to reaching out, call, and check on you because you're not doing it for me. We just won't talk. Like, I'm not playing. Like, we just will not talk because what I've learned through this too, and my separation from certain people, certain family members, is that I've made relationships and I made connections with people I never thought I would, and who have shown me the compassion, the trust, the respect that I've been asking for other people for so long. And it'll make you feel like you're asking for too much, or you're too much to love, or you're not. The right people will come around, they will give you what you deserve because they'll see it and they'll respect it. But you only get to that point when you see and respect your own self. You see your worth. You see yourself as the table. You know your worth, and it's not being cocky, it's not showing off, it's none of that. It's knowing who you are and wanting respect for what you give. You cannot come to this table wanting the trust, wanting the connection, wanting all of that passion and love, and you're not giving anything. You're not respecting it. You cannot get offended by someone else choosing to do better for themselves. Whatever that may look like for them, and not want to take accountability if they brought up to you like, hey, you were the reason for these things to be happening. Not to say you can't change. And I feel like I'm ranting right now, but it makes sense. I know it does. Not to say you can't change. But if you keep getting stuck on step one, and I say there's 3 steps to healing and apologizing. First one is the situation is being brought up to you. Acknowledging what is being said. Hey, this situation happened between me and you. It made me feel this type of way, and it still bothers me and affects me today because either the apology you gave me then, you fell back on because you did the situation again, or it wasn't genuine, or I didn't feel like it was genuine, and that's okay for me to feel that way. I wouldn't be bringing it up if it was not a problem. People get so stuck on step one, acknowledging like, hey, I may have had something to do with that. I probably don't know why I did that certain thing I did back in the day, or in the past, or just recently, whatever it is. But I'm not going to make someone else feel like they're crazy for something that they say I may or may not have partake in. And if you say you care about that person and you love that person so much to the point, they are everything, or you just really care about that relationship or that connection that you have with someone, you should be able to say, like, okay, I acknowledge what you're going through. I apologize. This is the second step. Apologizing for it. You've acknowledged it. Yes, I do see where you're coming from. Yes, I do see how that could probably affect the things that you have going on. I do see how it is affecting you. I hear it. I see it. You've explained it. 2, I apologize for what I did. And apologizing means seeing the situation, knowing that you may or may not, whether your intentions were good or bad, you have done something that hurt the person you love. Stop. And again, don't take it personal. Take it personal because it has something to do with you. But don't take it personal. Like, oh my God, I'm horrible. I can't change. They just think I'm bad. You're making assumptions now. Because usually most of the time people are asking when they bringing something up is for you to acknowledge it, apologize about it, and then move forward in a positive manner. So you got past second step, hopefully, which is apologizing and honestly meaning that apology. And that leads into step 3, which is healing and growing from there. Not to say you have to be perfect as soon as you say you're sorry, because we're all human. We all make mistakes. There is no rule book to anything on this planet. You just have to go and live through it. Not expecting anybody to be perfect. I'm not perfect. But I know that I am good in this part of life, and I'm getting better and better and better as time goes on, is being able to keep my relationships healthy how I need to. I'm making sure that I'm explaining to different people, like, hey, I'm expecting you to talk to me about something that got going on because I'm going to talk to you about some stuff that's bothering me. I want us to have that back and forth conversation and for us to have that safe space to be able to do that. You should be able to apologize, move forward. You might slip up and do the thing that they say is bothering them, but you should be able to recognize that. Again, say sorry, like, hey, I know I'm working on it. I am. After your second, I'm working on it, you're not working on it no more. You're creating the cycle again. Okay? And that's just me. I'm just talking about me, my experiences, my lessons. That's what I'm doing. After your second, I'm trying or I'm sorry, you're not really sorry no more. And you can apply that to anything. Because if someone's really sorry and they really cherish you and they're afraid, well, not afraid, we don't like to use that word. If they really care and they cherish the relationship that you have with you, they're not going to do anything, or they're going to make sure that they're trying not to do anything to break it, to ruin it, to taint it. And if they're going to just go back in the cycle and do it again, yeah, the person's still upset. Yeah, they brought it up again because clearly it's an inconsistency in the completion of it. Everybody keeps getting stuck on step one, which is being able to say, hey, this happened. It's always well, do you know what this happened? Do you know that happened? Do you know what I did? Do you know what happened, 15? You should have said, no, you're not listening. It's always, I have to defend yourself. Don't do that. And you don't have to defend yourself either. If you know what's going on and you've explained that to that person, they should be able to get it. It just is what it is. So, quick recap. I am 22 years old. I've graduated college a semester early. I'm loving myself, working on myself. Mental health is getting better, is better. And I'm also respecting myself, my boundaries. And I'm meeting people who does the same. You deserve, everybody deserves relationships where you can speak honestly and open about what things are going on with you. Everyone deserves a relationship where they feel loved unconditionally. Everyone should feel like they are being respected. Everyone should feel wanted in those relationships. And if you don't, you have all rights to go and make that for yourself, to go and find that for yourself. And no, people are going to try to make you seem like you're crazy for wanting better for yourself or to put yourself first. You are not. That is projection. That is narcissism. And it's disgusting overall. It just is. But again, it shows more about their character than it does yours. They're stuck at that level and at that mindset, and that's okay. But you need to keep it moving. You need to keep pushing. Not to say they won't ever change or things will never get better. Who knows? But all you know and what you can say for sure is that I need to work on me, and I can work on me starting now. Who cares if they're going to get it or not? I mean, you can have hope that they do, but still be happy that you've made the decision to keep it pushing and keep it moving and keep elevating yourself. I don't have no room for hate or grudges. I don't hold grudges. I hold people accountable. I do not hold grudges. I hold people accountable. Life is too short. Too short to be angry, mad, hating. I just won't have you around. I remove you. You're not there yet, and that's okay. But I am. I see bigger things. I see better things for myself. You don't. That's fine. Just stay away from me. That's all I ask. If you're not willing to be honest, respectful, and to have a meaningful relationship where we're both happy and satisfied, we have nothing to talk about. I hope this video inspires you. I hope it lets you know that you're not alone in the situation that you're going through, and the people that may be trying to make you seem like the oddball or the bad guy or the bad girl, whatever it is, you're not alone. And it's okay. And just take one day at a time. That's all I can say, honestly. So, yeah, take care of you.